Intel's amazing Alchemist GPUs are releasing on this date. Intel Arc Alchemist, which was first announced in August 2021, has taken shape over the last few months as more information about the highly anticipated GPU line has been made available. Intel is battling with AMD and Nvidia for the greatest gaming graphics cards, and it might deal a significant blow to Team Red and Team Green at a time when video cards are extremely hard to come by for MSRP. While speculations and sneak glances have circulated since the game's first release, Intel Arc Alchemist's first form was shown in January, giving us a clearer picture of what to expect. A new player has entered the game, according to Intel. We can't say whether Intel is working on both cheap and flagship video cards right now, but it appears that the chipset maker may have alternatives to several of the big video cards on the market right now. Here's what we know about Intel Arc so far. It's more of a PC gaming ecosystem than just a range of discrete desktop graphics chips. What is the Intel Arc Alchemist and how does it work? The Intel Arc Alchemist is the first in a new family of graphics cards from the chipset maker. It will be offered as an APU for laptops as well as dedicated graphics cards in pre-built devices. According to the press materials, Intel has teamed with a number of well-known PC gaming firms whose gear will include the Intel Arc Alchemist. Alienware, Dell, MSI, Acer, Gigabyte, Lenovo and Samsung are just a few examples. Apart from what we know about Alchemist, Intel's roadmap suggests that the chipset manufacturer has plans for several generations of graphics processors. Battlemage, Celestial and Druid are the code names for these three classes, which will be unveiled later. When will Intel Arc Alchemist be released? After much speculation about the Intel Arc Alchemist GPU's release date in Q1 2022, we have now obtained formal confirmation from the company. Gaming laptops will be the first to get the Intel Arc in Q1 2022, that's Jan to March, followed by dedicated desktop graphics cards in Q2 of 2022, that's April to June, and workstations in Q3 2022, July to September. For PC gamers hoping to get their hands on the Intel Arc Alchemist GPU in dedicated video card form to counteract the soaring market, this announcement could be disappointing. However, we can now anticipate the release of multiple video cards in the next few months. If you've been looking for RTX 3060 or RTX 3080 stock, you might find it here as well. What kind of power would Intel Arc Alchemist have? In addition to what is presently available on the market, it appears that we'll see some of the greatest gaming laptops featuring Intel Arc Alchemist GPUs. However, it has been speculated that the Intel Arc Alchemist could be as powerful as the RTX 3070 Ti in terms of dedicated graphics cards, though this claim has yet to be officially verified. According to video cards, the forthcoming GPU is expected to have 4096 GPU cores, 16GB GDDR6 memory, a boost rate of 2.2 to 2.5 GHz and a 256-bit memory bus. The Intel Arc Alchemist was seen running Shadow of the Tomb Raider inside the Beast Canyon compact form factor custom gaming PC at a recent Intel Investors event. What's worth noting that this title was adjusted for optimal frame rates and performance using the XESS super sampling technology, implying that the now 4-year-old title has been confirmed to receive the company's answer to DLSS and FSR. While Shadow of the Tomb Raider is an older game, it was launched in 2018, it's still graphically demanding even on decent hardware when those sliders are pushed to the limits. It's unclear how the Intel Arc Alchemist will handle future updates with ray tracing and super sampling capabilities, but we'll keep you updated as soon as we learn more. What features will be included in Intel Arc Alchemist? Deep Link is a technology developed by Intel. When discussing the Intel Arc Alchemist's potential strengths, one of the primary talking topics is Intel Deep Link technology. Deep Link is a performance improvement between Intel chipsets and graphics cards that is useful for gaming and other tasks that require hardware acceleration, such as video production, streaming, and 3D modeling. Deep Link looks to be aimed largely toward laptop users, with the dynamic power share feature being particularly appealing. This artificial intelligence software is intended to intelligently and efficiently route power between your GPU and CPU based on the work at hand, resulting in increased overall performance where you need it most. Intel claims that users will be able to choose between better battery life, improved gaming performance, and CPU rendering as a result of this. When we look at Intel's partners, we can see what we may expect from Deep Link technology in terms of hardware acceleration. OBS and XSplit streaming software are among the most popular, as are Magix, Movie Edit Pro and Video Pro, and Cyberlink, Movie Edit Pro and Video Pro, creators of Power Director. Deep Link technology could be a a game changer if you're someone who uses programs like these to render a lot of intensive processes. Supersampling Intel Xe. Intel Xe supersampling is an artificial intelligence AI upscaling resolution technology akin to Nvidia DLSS 2.0 and AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution. XeSS, like other existing technologies, uses an algorithm combined with the GPU's physical power to improve visual fidelity while minimizing the graphics processor's physical strain. Consider it a free frame rate bump with only a tiny hit to the graphics when compared to native resolution performance, at least when compared to what's already out there. Intel has highlighted a number of games that will use XeSS in the near future, including the upcoming Death Stranding, Director's Cut, as well as Hitman 3, Grid Legends, Grit, and The Rift Breaker. It's difficult to say how XeSS will compare to what's already on the market, but based on what we've seen of this technology in operation, its 4K performance is impressive. Take a look for yourself. The Rift Breaker looks incredibly sharp with XeSS in motion, while we would have preferred to see native 4K performance compared to XeSS in UHD. It'll come down to which developers choose Intel's supersampling over Nvidia and AMD's existing technology to optimize their newest games. Arc Alchemist architecture by Intel. XeHPG, Intel Xe high performance graphics. Intel Arc Alchemist is based on the XeHPG microarchitecture, which combines Intel's own software and hardware capabilities for high-performance graphics. XeHPG was designed from the bottom up to give revolutionary performance, efficiency, and scalability for gamers and creators, according to the maker. The Alchemist GPUs will be powered by Intel's Xe cores, which are equipped with 256-bit vector engines for hardware acceleration of graphics and compute operations, as well as 1024-bit matrix engines, also known as Xe matrix extensions, for AI functionality. Consider this technology to be Intel's version of Nvidia's RTX CUDA cores for processing and Tensor cores for AI-accelerated operations, though not exactly one-to-one. Intel's XeHPG GPUs will support rasterization and ray tracing, as well as other fixed-function rendering techniques, including geometry processing, texture sampling, and pixel processing, just like the newest AMD and Nvidia graphics cards. Intel Arc Alchemist will be tuned for both DirectX 12 Ultimate and Vulkan as a result of this. Is it possible for Intel to compete with AMD and Nvidia? With all of this stated, the million-dollar issue is if Intel Arc can truly compete against AMD and Nvidia. Everything we've seen and been able to assess indicates that Team Blue has what it takes to give it a fair shot, but widespread acceptance will ultimately be determined by what customers want. Here's the thing, as amazing as the RTX 30 series is, and as impressed as we've been by the RTX 6000 series since launch, you can't buy these video cards at a full retail pricing. Intel has landed itself in an intriguing situation. Intel Arc might become a force to be reckoned with if it has an excess of stock available, though not only pre-built gaming PCs and gaming laptops, but also discrete video cards. Intel appears to have worked with key graphics card manufacturers for its Arc series, so we could see Intel Arc Alchemist video cards from Gigabyte, Asus, MSI, Zotac, EVGA, and others to offer the goods at a time when the hardware drought has just hit its zenith. Intel Arc's graphics processor. If Intel intends to release a range of Intel Arc Alchemist GPUs with varied power levels, similar to the competition's present business model, the performance will have to be comparable to what's already available with a price tag to match. For example, the RTX 3070 Ti stock started at $599 for a video card that can handle 1440 pixels and 4K resolutions. If Intel wants to compete in this market, its mid-tier alternative must either meet or undercut that pricing point. If done correctly, aggressive pricing could really change the tide in the company's favor. We'll keep you up to date on all the latest Intel Arc Alchemist news as soon as it becomes available across all PC gaming form factors. We're cautiously optimistic that now is the ideal time for Intel to establish themselves in the GPU industry, but only time will tell as we move forward in the coming months. Thanks for watching.